Imagine you're a busy, high-profile athlete, celebrity, banker, or honestly anything allowing you to afford the price tag, looking for a calm neighborhood to come back to in Tokyo. Deenchofu may be one of the places you decide to live in. The houses are bigger, the roads are wider, and patches of green are sprawled around the neighborhood, making Deenchofu a cute, community-like neighborhood with small bakeries, restaurants, and supermarkets. We're walking towards Tamagawa station and to this bridge where you can see the Tama River from, and it's a beautiful day, so I think the view is going to be really pretty. Tamagawa, or Tama River, is the river that flows from Mount Kasatori in Yamanashi all the way to Tokyo. But there's also an area called Tamagawa in Tokyo, right by the Tama River, that is a 10-minute walking distance from Deenchofu. So if you're ever inspired to take a walk by a river while admiring the silhouette of Kanagawa Prefecture, there's no place like Tamagawa. If you're slightly hip and subdued, we may find you here in Gakugeidaigaku. Gakugeidaigaku was previously a university town of Tokyo Gakuge University, but is now a slower-paced suburb created with a blend of cool and trendy restaurants and cafes, old bookshops, art galleries, and bars. Daikanyama is where you'll want to be if you're feeling like a chic trendsetter. A combination of quiet luxury and a refined taste in art, Daikanyama is a culmination of art, brunch, coffee, and vintage clothes in an upscale residential neighborhood. coffee and art, and you'll get something close to Andy coffee. Their donuts are made in-house, and you can occasionally see them take their fresh donuts out of the oven. Although the main draw to this cafe is the drawings of Andy the mouse in every corner by Seiji Matsumoto, the artist and founder of this cafe.
Through the pavement and concrete, on the bridge you brought to me, and I would hold you if it meant you wouldn't go. Through the showers and the storm, you know you always seem to grow in the places that no one could ever reach.
And now, we're in Nakameguro. During spring, a cloud of cherry blossoms overcast the Meguro River, which will have to be a story for next year. But during the summer, the sounds of drunk laughter leak through the doors of izakayas and oden shops open for ventilation, and the red lanterns light up the road, ready to take the drunk, tired workers back home. Jolly good morning for relaxing time in Hiroo, a small neighborhood within a 30-minute walk from Shibuya. This is one of the few neighborhoods where you might be able to get by in English. With foreign embassies and international schools assorted in, with restaurants of cuisines from around the world and foreign car plates, you get to see a somewhat familiar blend of a Japanese neighborhood and the place you call home. Arisugawa Park was once used as the lower residence of the Morioka Nambu clan during the Edo period, and then was passed to the Arisugawa no Miya family in 1896, where it got its name. This park was opened to the public in 1934 as a memorial park, and is one of my favorite places to read a book or take a walk in amidst the city center. 15-minute walk from Hiroo takes you to Roppongi, an upscale shopping and dining area during the day, and quite the wild scene at night. If you want to see two polar extremes of the orderly and the unruly in Tokyo, this may be a place to visit following Shibuya and Shinjuku. Roppongi wasn't always considered a city center. In fact, it was once a military ground, first for Japan, then for the US. And it wasn't until the peace treaty of 1952 between Japan and the US that the area became a place Japanese people could live in. Small shops and stalls fill up the old streets of Azabu Juban, and is where the historical and modern creates a perfectly refined Tamagawa. The crunch of the wooden taiyaki stalls and the softness of the modern cafes all come together with the long-established restaurants as a protein of your choice.
The force makes the flowers grow. It helps us grow too. You know you contain it all, my love. You're not alone. Just know it helps you. To its call. Let go. Let go. Let go.
And then we can end the day with a peaceful TV show of our choice under the guarding presence of the mighty Tokyo Tower at the one and only Shiba Koen. We are waking up our bodies with a walk around Omotesando, with an onigiri and a drink of our choice. Let's head over to Ebisu for lunch, where mouth-watering cheap eats are hidden all over the neighborhood. And yes, its history does lay very close to the Ebisu beer we see all around Japan, which is also named after god of fishermen and luck, one of the 7 gods of fortune in Japan. Sendagaya is the area for sports, nature, and anime lovers alike, surrounded by stadiums and parks and greens such as the Shinjuku Koen and Meiji Jingu Gaien. You'll hear cheers by Yakult baseball team fans overflowing the Meiji Jingu Stadium, see athletes running or cycling around the National Stadium, and is also the station that appears in anime such as Your Name and the Garden of Words. Good morning, world! We are going to start the day off strong at the neighborhood king of vintage shops and kisatens, Koenji. And then head over to lunch or brunch at Tomigaya, home to hip fashion stores, cafes, and independent bookstores. And then, maybe read a book in Yoyogi Park before dinner at a teishokuya in Yoyogi. Followed by a relaxing view of the trains passing through Shinjuku Station, by the lookout at the Shinjuku Station southern terrace. Good morning, planet Earth. Today is going to be a good day because we get to have breakfast overlooking Chuo-dori in Ginza, a trendy downtown area with high-end shops from all around the world spread out amongst coffee houses and department stores. And then head over for lunch at a kisaten in Jimbocho, a town near the Imperial Palace that is known for their used bookstores and local publishing companies. I am hoping you're hungry because it is taiyaki and dinner time in Yotsuya, a former farming village on the outskirts of Edo, known for the abundant eateries and izakayas today. relax our sore muscles, we are heading to Itabashi for a bath. Appearing in the Tale of Heike, it has been a well-known area since the Heian period, and today, it is a more quiet and down-to-earth area of Tokyo, known for its many parks, temples, and bathhouses. Today, we are time traveling back in time to the Edo period through a station called Sendagi. Sendagi is one of the few places in Tokyo that hasn't been heavily altered by bombs, earthquakes, or private real estate companies, and is why you can still see and feel the remainders of our past here. And now, we're heading to the polar opposite of Sendagi, to a neighborhood created on reclaimed land called Odaiba. Odaiba was initially built in hopes to defend Japan from America's firepower during Japan's isolationism, which ended up going unused and was then revamped to house Tokyo's growing population later on. This area has more open space compared to central Tokyo, which is why many events are hosted here, including this Mexican event that happened to be going on today. And at night, you get a beautiful view of the Tokyo skyline across the bay. Let's finish the day off in Aoyama, an area that has gone from being a town of samurai residences in the Edo period to the hub for artists and intellectuals in the Meiji and Taisho era, and now home to fashion designers and CEOs of major Japanese companies. There aren't too many options for an early breakfast in Tokyo, but in Tokyo's Koreatown, Shinjuku, there are plenty of 24/7 eateries to choose from. So let's head on over for some Korean food for breakfast and a walk around Shinjuku. Now, it's time to head over to Waseda, a university town known for its B-級gurume, such as ramen, donburi, and fried food. It is sadly time for a final neighborhood. So we're going to finish our trip off strong at a neighborhood that simply never gets old. Kagurazaka. Once a geisha district with training houses and a vibrant scene of the performing arts, the town experienced an influx of French culture when the French community decided to settle here. So today, you have a cultural fusion of Edo-style streets with French-inspired cafes and restaurants right by the Kanda River.